Welcome to Handmade Happenings. I'm Marissa, and if you're watching this video the day it comes out, it is the day after Thanksgiving here in the US, and that means that the holiday season is really in full swing. But if you're like me and you make your gifts, you've probably been thinking about the holidays for quite some time because making gifts takes a lot of time. But even if you haven't been thinking about it since June, it's not too late. Today I am sharing 5 gifts that you still have time to make. These gifts will cover a wide variety of skills from sewing to baking. So number 1 is a handmade sachet. And this is a really easy sewing project. All you need is 2 squares of fabric, put them right sides together, sew around the edges, leaving an opening to flip it right side out, and stuff with either dried rose petals, dried peppermint, or dried lavender. And you can decorate these any way you want. You could just use plain printed fabric. You could use hand embroidery or machine embroidery or even quilt blocks to decorate this. And a little tip, if you can't find dried roses or peppermint or lavender, see if you have a local tea store that sells loose leaf tea, because chances are they sell just peppermint, lavender, or rose petals. Number 2 is rags or hand towels, and this is an easy crochet project. It's something you can do if you just want learning with a single crochet stitch, or you can fancy it up with a new stitch if you're looking to try something new. And this is really easy, works up very quickly because essentially it's just a crocheted square or rectangle. And the only thing you have to worry about is making sure you use the correct yarn. You want to have a cotton yarn. I usually use the sugar and cream yarn that you can buy at Joann's, and I believe Walmart sells it as well. Number 3 is handmade notepads, and I already have an entire video about that, which I will link below, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here, but these are very customizable, and a lot of the supplies are things that should be fairly common in most households. The only thing that you may not have is stamps and ink if you aren't already into paper crafting, but honestly, you could customize these notepads with stickers if you don't want to bother with stamps. Number 4 is card sets, and this is another stamping project. So make 5 or so cards and theme them around a particular stamp set or color palette or technique, and then add the envelopes with them. If you leave them plain, they can be used for a variety of things. If someone just needs a card for, say, a sympathy card, a thinking of you card, congratulations, whatever it is, if you leave it blank, they can use it for anything they may need a card for throughout the year. Number 5 is baked goods, and that's a bit broad, so I am going to break this down a little more. Scones and muffins, as well as bread, are all really good options because they freeze well, which means that if you give it to someone who already has a lot of food around the house at the holidays, it does seem like there's more of that around usually. It can be frozen and saved for later. They also are really good because they can double as breakfast, which means that instead of, like candy or something like that that just gets snacked on all day, whether you're really hungry or not, muffins and scones can just take care of a meal where you're already eating. And of course, if you want something more fun or you're giving it to a family with children, cookies are always a hit, especially like what comes to mind is the sugar cookies or the gingerbread cookies, but even just chocolate chip cookies are really fun. Well, that is the end of this list. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below and let me know what are some of your favorite things to make and give as gifts, and I will see you next time.